The Joy of Functional Game Dev, Project 1, Episode 13. Please like and subscribe. Hello again, everyone. Great to see you. And today, it's Episode 13, and the GitHub release is v0.12, labeled End of Episode 2, Start of Episode 13. Without further ado, let's head over to the Trello board, where we have no features in progress, and that's an exciting thing to do. And let's take a look at our, you can call it a backlog. Okay, so the main point is there's a wrinkle with the game in that you can manage mood with hearts. If you're in a good mood, you move fast. If you're in a bad mood, you move slow. And let's get ourselves up and running here in Visual Studio. We'll give that a minute. Alright. And the thing is, hearts cost money. Must rest. I think I'm going to still stick with the spirit of this. And instead I'm going to go can freeze timer. And timer freezer looks like snowflake. Aha, see what I did there. Oh, and also timer freezer timer freezer costs money and reduces mood. Okay, so basically, instead of just like, okay, here you go, collect as many dollar signs as you can, we're going to throw a couple of new curveballs at you. We're going to go with good mood, move faster, and well, we don't have to. We're going to archive that because we don't have to exactly say that. Manage moods with hearts. Okay. I'll archive that as well. But alright. Hearts cost money. Good moods do that. And back to the code. Well, no, let's find game icons. So, game icons is the way to do this. Here's a heart. Oh, that's wonderful. So absolutely. So do we go? Yeah, do we go with a very realistic heart, or do we go with the more canonical? You know, I'm feeling whimsical today. I really am. And my foreground is going to be F88. My background is going to be, actually, you know what? Enough of this. I don't need, okay. Do this. Egad. And pound 000. Alright. Just going to, that is a beautiful thing. I'm going to download this. And where did it go? It went to downloads. That's alright. We'll wait for, so we're going to open over in downloads. Somewhere downloads. Yeah, thanks Inkscape for having this lovely. Oh, here you can see some other things I got going on. What's it called? Heart. There it is. Open that bad boy. Alright, doing that. So that's all great. Let's select the thing, and let us select this as our fill. That should work. And let's see there. I want fill and stroke. And I want 000, but I want a 0 opacity. So there's all that stuff. Going to copy that. We're going to take our object and not union. I need to group. There's group. I'm going to copy it and paste it. And then what I want to do is, and we'll just, what I want to do here is make it, that's 36. Our cells are 36 by 36. Okay. Now naturally, of course, the detail is still there because it's vector, but now I should be able to export bitmap, put it where we actually want it to go. If you've never used Inkscape, I highly recommend it. It's free. Just go and go there. I will attempt to remember to put a link in the thing below, because it is a fine tool and it is free. But so fs money face bin money face content. So that's the best name for it ever. We'll call it heart. .png. And export it. And every once in a while, I don't entirely. I've come to the point. It's not that Inkscape is bad. It's just that Inkscape will occasionally fail to do what you wanted it to do. And actually, that's exactly it did exactly what I told it. But this is the one where the you can see here. This is the one where the X and B's show up. So that's me doing it wrong. Inkscape is completely blameless today. That's me screwing it up. So there's the heart, and let's open that bad boy in Paint.net. Take a look at him. Paint.net. Yeah, look at you, you beautiful, beautiful thing. That's nice. Alright. For now, I'm going to close off all this other stuff. Would I like to save changes? Let's close without saving. And just while we're here, snowflake. We got a snowflake? You had to have made a snowflake. That's a good one. So we've got some snowflakes. That's cool. We'll be back when it comes such time as we decide to do that. But for right now, I'm going to add an existing item to here, and its name is heart.png. Alright, and let's add the texture to our board states and render. Okay, so where are my tiles? That's assets. Alright. And we're going to want a heart texture. So we'll add it to our list using the willy-nilly method. Make sure, don't forget, it's got to be a content and it's got to be copy of newer. It could also be copy always. So there we go. But now we need in the board state, we need the heart, which will not always be there. So it's going to be a float px option. Up and do that. Okay. So sometimes it'll be there and sometimes it won't. And at least initially, because you don't have a score, we're going to go with heart. Heart equals none. None. To have a option. But surely. Really? Build that? Why? What have I done? I have angered the... Huh. This perplexes me. Ah ha 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 ha. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's that and not... Ooh. Oh my. Well, that's fun. Well, oh. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But okay. So to backtrack and explain what was going on there, it thought this. So it wants that. I suppose, yeah, it does make the sense to do. Yeah, I don't know. My assumption that the star binding the two things together in a tuple would be stronger than the option, but indeed the unary make this an option is stronger than the tuple. So we'll call it the option force is stronger than the tuple force, and have that be our big lesson of the day. But okay, we can live with that. So the heart is none. And we'll go over to rendering. So we have draw play state. And we'll do it right in here. Like if board state heart is sum. Oh, gotta do this. Option is sum. Then else do nothing. Okay. Well, let's actually grab the one for dollar because it'll make more sense. Copy that. So it's not going to be board state dot dollar. Option is sum. A option the type. No, that does not matter. So it doesn't like it. Expecting some bool. So does it dot board state dot heart? Huh. I do it wrong. So I got a board state dot heart. Board state, which is a board state, and heart to have type bool. Dot. Alright. Me and the compiler are having a disagreement today. So F sharp option is sum. Option is sum. Property blah blah. Or I could just do a bind on it, I suppose. Maybe I shall. Maybe that is what I will do. I'm going to do an option bind. That seems a more... So So board state, heart, option, not bind. Option, not options, option, dot bind. We'll take that out for now. What don't you like? How about we actually use the, how about we actually do that? Option bind. Option, no. So fun. That's why we'll give you some nothing. So up here, so there's an A, and B option, C option. What's an A? What? Harm. What did it not like about us today? Where did they have A option, but here has unit. Oh. You ready for this? Okay. Some unit. Does it have return type unit? And then ignore. Okay, so oh. Okay, so you have an optional heart, and if it exists, then it's going to be a float px, and it's going to return some nothing. We're just going to have a return none. Some unit doesn't make any sense. Okay, and then ignore it. Yeah. Oh. If I would have had this kind of stuff explained to me before I learned F#, I think I don't know what I would have done. Okay, so here's X and Y, and we're going to. I'm not going to know how far to indent until such time. So I fortunately do now have X and Y. So it's really just X here and Y right there. It's not dollar texture, it's going to be heart, heat. Texture, get texture, option get. Okay, so now if there's a heart, we will bind and say, what does this return? Draw texture returns a unit. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do it. Actually, we're gonna option to get it. Okay. Death. This should throw the F# devotees into a tizzy. So it comes in here. As we have this option thing, we're going to option bind it. We're going to take out the X and Y. We're going to render the sprite where it goes, and we're then going, which returns a unit, so it returns nothing. And because we have to return something that is an option, we put some. So it's some unit, and then at the end, it's like, okay, it's at some unit. I'm just going to option get it, and then it ends in unit. And because now, don't do it this way. I'm going to guess don't do it this way. I'm not sure which way to do it, but don't do it this way. We're here to have fun with functional game dev, and it's fun. And some of the weird language, some of the weird features, weird things that we get into with the language are part of the fun, I think. But all right, so in any case, when we're updating though, we need to have a. So when I eat the dollar, the score goes up, right? So I'm updating the thing. So I update the play state. Where is update play state? Let's highlight it so we can find it. There it is. All right. So if we're pausing, then do pausing. Otherwise, do this and Move avatar, clamp avatar. So move avatar. All this other stuff, decreasing the time. So somewhere under move avatar, let's go there. Okay, keep going. Go. Okay, doesn't like. So where's move avatar? Oh, move avatar's over here in board state, right? Move avatar. Avatar. Okay. Does that. Eat dollar. Dollar does that. We're also going to have a show heart. Okay. And the board state is going to show the heart. Let show heart board state equals. Now, if board state heart is none and board state dot score is greater than, and we need a constant up here somewhere, right? We need let cost, let's say heart cost equals, I don't know, 5. Okay, 5. We can always change it later. So, if the score is greater than heart score, heart cost, then else end. Oh, not end. What language am I in now? Alright, too many languages. Board state. So, if, let's state, for now we'll leave it so either way. If you have more than that, if heart is none, and the board state dot score is heart cost, then board state, and we're going to modify it. And then otherwise, we're going to not modify the board state. Alright, so when we generate a new, what's the deal here? So I do that in random board position, which returns a float thing. Alright, so at this point then we have to go with heart equals random board position sum. Okay. Where'd I go? Here I went. Alright. Board state. Eek. Ernie versus keyboard. Ernie loses. With heart equal random board position sum. So now, in theory, the second I get 5 points, the heart should appear on the screen and it should render. I think it's all there. Let's build. Let's see what can be seen. And do it work. Go. Up. What? It didn't like heart. Up. Did it? What? Not a font? Fail. Alright. Well, why didn't you tell me? Guys. No, the funny part is it's probably going to be at least a week between now. Actually, more than that. It's going to be, yeah, it's actually going to be a week before you see this. And you Alright, let's try it again. Come on. Come on now. Okay, so it's a heart texture. Alright. Let's have a controller. Okay, and let's hit start. Argument exception wasn't handled. Which argument exception? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, but argument, the option value was none. Which option value was none? Well, where exactly did it board state heart is null. What? How would it be null? Uh-uh. But it's board state. Board state is board state. Why is heart null? Heart should not be null. Well, what the? Heart state should be none. Well, how did this happen? So under new game, where's new game? I thought there's new game. Heart equals none. So when I was sitting there, oh, very bizarre. But it's none. How can it not be none? None isn't null. I know there's like some stuff for nullable things here. My goodness. Alright, so under update, when I'm in my update the title screen, I go to new game. Right? So, let's do this again. We're going to go. We're going to step in. We're going to do that. So, load game state. Of course, we're going to F11 into there. F10. Update game. 11. Set draw delta. Right, but board state, handle events. Board state came in. Heart is null. Heart shouldn't be null. Well, that's perplexing. This bothers me, but it's not null. It's none. How about I put a breakpoint here? Draw play state. All right. Have that there. Why? Why? I didn't. I set it to none. So F2. I'll hit. So F5. What does board state say? Heart is null. My goodness. Does it have... I'm going to flail at this. I'm going to say type position equals float px times float px. We're going to say that heart is a position option. So that's a... Okay, oh. So when used from other CLI languages, the empty option is the null value. But then, so, bind, shouldn't bind work then? So under render, heart, option bind, so if none sum x f of x. Got that's why we're gonna flail. We're flailing hard. You know, XY first. In other development shows, you might see, like, hey, I'm going to go figure this out. Nah, I'm going to... Okay, I know, okay. So, I'm looking at... So, the CLI sees it as null. So, basically, options are nullable types. And that's fine, I get it, because when I was coming to it from imperative programming, that's all well and good. So, but now, we're going to put the breakpoint here, and we're going to see... Start. Okay, we're going to hit F2. hit a 5. Board state. Heart is null, which is my understanding. 11. Option value was none. It was supposed to be none. Yes, it's supposed to be none. I'm option binding. Oh. Durr. Okay. Okay. So it was none. And when it's none, I do an option get on, and it explodes. So I out-clevered myself. Just ignore. Now it'll work fine. Did a bunch of messing around. Okay, now we're cool. Don't need any of this stuff anymore. So there we are. Alright. I can go by the guy. Dink. 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 Looking at the wrong one. Dink. Hey, where's my heart? Where's my heart? Hey. Where my heart is. I am rendering it, right? Well, let's find it in there. So, not that. Update. Show heart. If board heart is none, then board greater than heart cost. Let's put the breakpoint there. Having a super duper great episode today. So we're gonna say start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. All right. Am I calling it? There's always the possibility. Don't I show a heart? It's here. Am I going through here? And did I? Okay, so here it is, the heart. It is none, and the board state score is 0. Heart cost is 5. Is it? Okay, so it is none. It is none, and it's otherwise it is some. If it is some, then just go with the board state. Or if it is none and you don't have enough. Okay, let's see if we can make it appear at all. Then, if it is none, make one. Having a rough go today. Okay, so it is none. F10. So it'll do it. Go back up here, F9 it, and go. So now, my condition is correct. No heart. Where's my heart? Where are you? Huh. Random board position. Some. But so then, okay. So I don't need that. I don't think. But then in my rendering, so where are you? Render, draw texture, the asset hearts. So bind on XY. Let's. Is it attempting to draw? And if it's not attempting to draw, then why isn't it attempting to draw? So start the game. I don't want it there. I want 1, 2, 3, 4. But now I should be able to break out the blood. So the heart is a value. It's right there. 642. Why are we not XY first, XY second? int heart texture. Heart is there? Well, what in the world? Should get. But it should work. Having a bad day, guys. Having a bad day. So, we're going to do a let. Is there a draw? Do I have a draw texture function yet? I do have a draw texture function. So, now we're going to... That's drawing the actual texture. So, draw... What are these called? That's an asset ID. So, draw asset. At least kinda. And XY and your asset ID. Well, sprite patch, of course. So what I want to do, I want to take this. XY first, XY that. I want asset ID. Need the assets. Need just, how about I just have just pass the asset. I'll call it draw texture asset. Asset. Just call it asset. Okay, so there's that. The X, Y, the asset, and that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is draw texture asset XY assets heart texture, and then we sprite batch it. So it is drawing. What is the problem? Okay, F2. Why am I drawing? Why am I drawing the texture asset? Shouldn't be doing this. It's null. Wait a minute. This makes no sense at all. Build, clean, build. Near as I can tell, unless I'm doing this wrong, so I didn't do this, this should not be running. This should only run on the bind. But what's the deal here? Should not be getting a draw texture asset for that when I start the game. Should not get this. Should not. F9. Why am I getting? So where's my call stack? So here I'm here in play. So heart, which is null. Oh, it is some? Why is it some? Oh, I changed it, right? But here I am in this, and XY is null. What in the world? Alright. So in here, goodness. Well, that's going to get in. So let xy equal xy. Let's do this. Go. I will sit here and fail at this until I get it. What are x and y? X is that. Y is that. XY is that. Alright. So... okay. Nine. I don't see a heart anywhere. You don't see a heart anywhere. There is an image. There it is. My goodness. I'm completely and totally at a loss. What to do? Well, that's disheartening. Well, then what if I did something goofy here? Like, I want to draw the texture of, what if I put the dollar as the heart texture? Then what? Would that show up? Or is it something weird with the heart texture? Oh, that draws the heart just fine. Not the texture. Put that back to dollar. Not giving up. Not going to give up. So. Okay, it's fine. Let's do a match. Match board state dot heart with some xy. And none. We're going to do some nothing. Alright. So that's really what I'm doing. That's what I'm supposed to be doing with the bind, as far as I understand it. So if it's some xy, draw the texture of the xy. So let's do this. X comma y. X comma y. Although we don't really need to split it up here. See? Should work. This, it's got to be something obvious and stupid. Must be. Run. We will put. I will put a breakpoint here. And we're still drawing it. Oh, no, we still are supposed to. So, x and y, totally should be visible. Asset is the texture heart, so F11. The value is value heart. There's a thing. Yeah, okay. Tired of flailing and failing. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go back and say not an option anymore. Just always render it, which means that it has to be a random board position. And at the moment, we just won't let you pick it up. And the reason I do this backup thing is because I will through the course of this figure out why it is the way it is. Okay, we have a failure. Of course we do. So, show heart. We have no need of doing show heart. Show heart will always be there. Move the avatar, don't need show heart. We have no need of draw texture asset. Okay. You know what? You know what? Like, hey man, hey dude, you're drawing the background. You're drawing the background. Yeah. My goodness. No way. Simplest thing in the world. Well, I guess will leave draw texture asset in there. Wow. Okay. Dear everyone, sorry for failing so hard. Love Ernie. So I have to go. Oh, we still have this guy going. Alright. Now. Wow, that's a very, very frustrating thing. But, okay, told you. As I'm going through, I'm looking. And eventually it gets to the point where it says, hey, we don't know. We discover what it is by saying, okay, let's make it a completely different way. And it's a technique that has done me well many, many times. So now go. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Okay, so I think I did less. Did I do less than 5? I should do less than equal to. Oh, greater than equal to. So silly guy. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up right quick, and this is not as far as I want. I want to get further than this, but sometimes we only get as far as we can. See, and now we can't grab it, but we can see it. So now it's here, and he won't move until such time as the game is over now. But all right. Oh, that was. Don't you hate that? And yep, I wind up looking kind of goofy, but that's. I am not perfect. You are not perfect. We all make these sorts of heinous and silly mistakes and flail at them for a long time. Hopefully we have a good attitude. We learn from them and we are amused by them. So thanks for stopping by. We're going to see you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe because that helps me out. I checked last night on the YouTube and I've made a nickel. That's pure profit because everything's free that I'm using. But thanks for being a part of this project, and we'll see you next time. The Joy of Functional Game Dev, Project 1, Episode 13. Please like and subscribe.